We are back once again with more Final Fantasy. What have you got for me today? I don't know. I am not sure, but it is a very lovely shiny. Here, take a look. Let me see. My word, this is exquisite. Judging by the sigil, I'd say this originates from Nabath Arin. You'll need to find an expert in that period to ascertain its true value, though. You mean you do not know? Sorry, Gungun, but the chap with the cart near the south gate might be able to help. White hair, smells of cabbage. Then we shall ask him. Thank you for your kind advice. Smells like cabbage, eh? He should be easy to find in that case. Let's turn in this quest here. I had a bit of a setback and... Pitiful! Spare me your excuses. You've failed me for the last time. Wait, I brought these for you. For me? Oh, you're too kind. So juicy, so wriggly. Yes, yes, very nice. I never knew you had such talents. Very well, I'm willing to overlook the quota on this occasion. Thank you, boss. If that's all, I'll be off. Stop! These sand wrigglers are a lot more pleasing than the usual junk you bring me. From now on, you are my chief worm collector. Consider it a promotion. Same rates, of course. Huh? Not what I had in mind. Beats being penniless, I suppose. I don't know how I'll fare on my own, but I appreciate you helping me today. Better not ask me again. Better not ask me again. Level 97, huh? I'm gonna wait until level 100 to buy new gear. And then I will be all set for the metagame. I'm sure there's still quite a long time before I'm caught up. You'll do. Here for work, are we? Good, good. Honest pay for honest work. That's my motto. Your timing could not be better. I have a job for you. Take this package to my client who is outside the village to the south. Moored fellow. You'll know him when you see him. Probably. Now listen carefully. You must not peek inside, no matter what. Is that clear? Good. Now off you go. You have it? Show me, show me. You have done well. Very well. This is not from Mode Mouse, no. A fine price this will fetch. Sinners like you enjoy the flesh of the little ones. The big ones, not so much. Yes, little ones are good for selling, but hard to catch, hard to kill. But not so difficult for you, it seems. Here, take these shinies. Shinies. May I help you? Please, tell us what this old ring is worth. Ho ho! I have not seen one of these in a very long time. Well, what is it? This is no simple ring. See that sigil? Used to seal letters, it was. The owner must have been someone quite important. But you'd best speak with Jamail if you want to know who it belonged to. If you want to know about crests and such, he's the one to ask. Ah, not again! I just want my jinglies! Hopefully Jamail will be the last one we have to ask. Ba 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 ba. Now, what could you two spry younglings need from an old man like me? We want to know how much we can get for this signet ring. Please tell us. The suspense is killing me. Where did you get this? It belonged to a Malik of Nabatharang.
Oh, that sounds very valuable indeed. So, how much?
To a historian, it is priceless. In all likelihood, there's only one such ring in existence. Though I'm afraid that to the layman unversed in ancient sigils, it is worth no more than in any other signet of a similar age. Anyone in Nabatharang with even a modicum of wealth would have had one bearing their mark.
So, it is priceless, but also not worth very much? I am confused. It looks like we will not be rolling in riches after all. I am very sorry to have dragged you around Mortsuk for nothing. But as we always say, no such things as the thing no one needs, and hard work is its own reward. Something like that, anyway. While your coin purse may be no heavier than before, you have learned an important lesson. At least, I think so. Now that the business with the ring is over, I should rest, as I said I would. Then your promise to my father will be fulfilled.
Actually, there is something I would like to discuss with you. I'm in no rush, however, so let us speak again after your repose.
Ah, my curiosity. It is piqued. Please, you must tell me now. I can rest while I listen.
Oh, well, if you insist. I would like you to help me search for more relics from Nabatharang. If my suspicions are correct, I know where many such artifacts are waiting to be uncovered. I base this claim on my knowledge of the route chosen by the Malik when he led his people's exodus from the Flood of Light. Although many tried to take their most prized possessions with them, it soon became apparent that such burdens would only hinder their escape. Each household discarded their personal treasures, one piece at a time. By following the exact path traveled from Nabatharang, we would be able to unearth many more priceless treasures. What say you? Will you lend me your aid?
Of course! And now that I have finished resting, I am ready to start digging.
You're quite sure?
I am. Well, you should come too. You have already found one of these shinies. Maybe you can find some more.
You'll be amply remunerated for your efforts, even if there are no profits to be made from the sale of the items themselves. I too am a proponent of the motto, honest pay for honest work.
We should go before my father tries to stop me. Honestly, there is no such thing as working too hard. Oh wait, where are we going?
The first location is to the east of the inn's journey head. Allow me to lead the way. Is this going somewhere? Like, does this have a point? I'd be really disappointed if this whole quest line did not have a purpose of some sort. Like, hopefully it's going somewhere. I'm sure it is. Riding on a UFO.
Ah, there's the parcel. Get him.
Uh-oh.
You were not supposed to fight back. Not fair. Not fair. Our job was to steal the package, not to hurt anyone, I swear. Ask the Taskmaster. Yes, he will tell you everything.
What? Taskmaster? I do not remember one such a person.
Is there a problem? Still looking for the client, are we?
Hey, you! You attacked me! It was an ambush!
No, stop! I can explain. The truth is, there is no client, and the package is full of nothing but rocks. But not expensive ones either, just rocks. I hire people to deliver the parcel, and another group of thugs to steal it. When they return to me empty-handed, I demand compensation for the loss of my wares. No blood spilled, just coin changing hands, that's all.
It's a scam! Please, boss, no more. This is too complicated, too dangerous.
You're right. There must be easier ways to make money. We need something that requires less effort, less risk. Kind traveler, will you accept this as an apology? And maybe no one needs to know about this, yes?
That was a pretty good quest. As I recall, there should be a few artifacts scattered around this area. The first items to be discarded were those of little value or simply too cumbersome to be carried over long distances. However, we can assume that many were buried so they could be recovered later. Therefore, it seems logical that landmarks such as the large outcrops and so forth would be used to indicate their position.
Less talking, more digging! I want to find the shinies! Lots of lovely shinies over here. What have you got?
It's an old shield.
Ooh, a great big shiny. Is this a dinner plate? Shumile, what is this?
A heraldic shield. The 5 coins above the castle represent each of the great houses of the Nabatha Ring.
Coins? Is that because they were rich?
Precisely. The capital attracted trade from across Norbrant, and much of the wealth found its way into their coffers. Such a booming economy was not built overnight, however. Although Nabatha Ring was largely established by humans, the harsh desert environment meant they had to rely on the aid of neighboring peoples. It was the Mord who taught them how to safely traverse the barren plains, methods for finding sustenance, and much besides. They were also respected partners in matters of commerce. The Nabath owed a great deal to your ancestors, Gungun.
I never knew.
History is all around us, if we know where to look. Which reminds me, the next location I'd like to search is not far from here. This way, if you please. Okay, that was some decent world building right there. I can get on top of that. I can F with that, man. I can F with that. That was cool. Royal family helped by the kobolds. Awesome. 260 yalms to the southwest. $184 yalms to the southwest. $107 yalms to the southwest. This looks like a lookout. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lookout here. Ether current, though. have reason to believe that more artifacts are resting beneath these ruins. Please take the utmost care with any that you discover, as some may be fragile.
Do you think there will be more shinies?
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Nothing but bricks and sand. Have you had any better luck? Sandcake statue. I know what this is. A decorative Mord's head sculpture. Making these is one of our many traditions. But what is it doing here?
We may surmise that it was once kept in the pristine palace of Malik. It once housed tokens of friendship from allied peoples. That the Malik brought such gifts so far from Nabath the Ring is proof of their cultural significance. However, when Nabath and the Mord first came into contact, there were many disagreements.
I do not understand. We Mord hate arguing. The art of negotiation is another one of our many traditions.
Yes, I dare say that it was a decisive factor in these disparate peoples finding common ground. Yet the Mord live on, while the Nabath are no more. Hopefully, we will uncover yet more valuable insights to the past at our final excavation site, and may I say, your work thus far has been nothing short of exemplary.
Please save your thanks for when we have finished. There's much still to be done, more treasures to be found. I want to dig, dig, dig. Where's the next spot, Jamail?
West from here, close to the Nabaths and Severance.
And what are we waiting for? Must hurry, hurry, hurry. Must hurry, must hurry.
It's such an overblown quest accepted song. It's so overblown. Southwest again, huh? Sheesh.
Nothing yet, but every handful of Third Eye Sif brings me closer to the shinies.
Gun, there is something I'd like to ask you.
Yes, I am listening. Working, but listening.
Why do you go to such lengths to help me? You've only barely a moment's rest since we first began, yet you set about your digging like a man possessed.
What can I say? I love to work, that is all. Maybe that is not a good answer. I mean, I am a Mord of Mord Sook. This is our way.
Is that so?
No such thing as a thing no one needs, and you need these treasures, yes? Then I will find them for you. Helping each other, helping outsiders, it makes no difference. A job well done is a source of great pride for Mord.
Now I see why the Nabath valued your ancestors' friendship so highly.
Oh, I have found something. A tube? Wait, there's a lid. Let me open it. Ah, something inside. Jamail, what is this?
Uh-oh, where'd he go?
Huh? Where did he go? When I wanted to show him the treasure, of all the times to go for a stroll. Can you go look for him? You'll see further from higher ground. I'll wait here and guard the relic. I not go this way?
Jamail is nowhere to be seen. You had best report your findings, or lack of, to Gungun.
So, what happened to him? You do not know? Oh, this bodes ill. Ill indeed. While you were gone, I inspected the treasure. Inside was a scroll which shows the Nabath royal family tree, and the last Malik's name was Jamail. Which can only mean one thing, that he really is the last Malik's ghost. He must have needed someone to find his final treasure so that he could pass into the afterlife. We must inform Father. If there are ghosts wandering around, he needs to warn everyone.
Interesting. Why could they see him though? Because they can't see Ardbert, but they can see him? And why did he smell of cabbage?
I'm not sure what Father will make of these goings-on, but I must tell him what we saw, or rather, what we did not see.
Will, you've been assisting my son with his work, yes?
'Tis true, Father, but we have grim tidings.
Master Gengen, I have a... Ah, there they are. It's Jamail again. Whatever is the matter?
Do not come any closer.
Excuse me?
Keep away from me, spirit.
I beg your pardon? I may be rather long in the tooth, but I'm still very much alive, I assure you. Oh, that's why. So you came to the conclusion that I was the ghost of the last Malik on a basis that we have the same name? Perhaps we'd best put this misunderstanding down to an overactive imagination. Jamail the Ninth, the last Malik, was my grandfather. I was named after him, which makes me Jamail the 10th.
So you are Nabath royalty? It all makes sense now, I think. But why did you disappear like that?
I tried to tell you that I was going to return to Mordsuk to prepare your reward, though it seemed that you did not hear me. All of that scrabbling around the dirt must have drowned out my voice.
Oh, sorry about that. I will listen harder from now on.
In any case, I'm incredibly grateful to both of you. I've learned much of my people and their exodus from the flood.
But there must be many, many more shinies for us to find. And that is not all. I want to know about the history of the Mord and their friendship with the Nabath. It is my duty as future leader of Mordsuk. We cannot leave the treasures buried under the desert, or let the stories of our ancestors be forgotten. Let us work together to unearth the past.
Master Gengen, you've raised a fine son. And he will be a great leader one day, if we can avoid working himself into an early grave. Gun, there are many relics waiting to be discovered, but there's no need to rush. They will not crumble away to nothing while you are resting. Come, we have much to discuss. Oh, Gun, where are your manners? Well, I am sorry. He has forgotten to express his gratitude. Please allow me on his behalf. Thank you. But I was wondering, between all of that digging, did he find time to rest?
Direct hit, vitality. Huh. I'll take this one. Or 1500 gil. I think I'll take the gil. Yeah. That's all the side quests. Alize has been desperate to see you, Will, so let's get you sooner rather than later. Let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. Ba 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 ba. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes learn to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beast to try to make a meal of us? Thought you might. Alize was always saying how much you, let's get going, shall we? Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. They're hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alize was strong, but in her mind, she was never... Huh. Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that I were sent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alizé arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alizé who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alizé give you the full explanation. Where is she? Oops. Alizé is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground, and they look to be about the right size.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be. Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, what? No hug? No hug? Come on. Get a hug. Get a hug in there.
We fought them to a standstill then. Ffxiv did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then.
The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then.
I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam.
Damn.
A colossal wave of pure light,
No pun
drowning
intended.
everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach.
That's crazy. It's exactly like what happens in the Void.
But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct, that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Dang. Do I keep going here? Yeah, let's keep going, why not? It's just a matter of time, more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course.
Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, and you clear the west. That way we can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a sin eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your ether. Slabbering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around there, we can rendezvous at the north entrance. Good hunting. And Alize knows she does not have to worry about the Warrior of Light. This guy packs a punch. How did you fare? I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play, and you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Taslim, shall we? Alice tells me you helped out on her patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Everything is always, if Will were here, he would. That's an exaggeration, and I don't like the sound of that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Will's methods. Aha! Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. Huh? I'm only teasing, though I've no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. Alright, I'm gonna stop here. Got some side quests unlocked, that's nice. I'll be back tomorrow.